Hello racing fans, welcome here on RWB for our small fun cup here using race room racing experience sim. We currently are on a race room raceway French international circuit with, as you can see, Lada TCR cars. We are here for fun event. A small racing for the boys. Just night. We are currently in qualifying for the race. We got 9 Lada TCRs. We will develop some entertainment for the foreseeable future. I'm currently on track, RWB Marco, crowding them the final corners onto the start-finish straight. In the slipstream of the car in front of him, he might try to get around him maybe during the qualifying to get a clear up. As you can see, the car in front just pulling away, not being in the way of him. He was arguably Isaac. I'll call him Isa for the moment. It will be easier for all of us, I assume. So the circuit, as we can see, it is a French circuit by the asphalt everywhere. The tricolora, very popular among French circuits lately, with certain Paul Ricard circuit being well known for these lines. But this track has walls as well, close by, so if you go off, you are not just in a big Tesco car park. And you already see some lap times being posted at dinner, with the fastest lap currently 1:25.8. Huge 1.4 seconds ahead of Martin Peterman, completely obliterating the opposition. Just flying the Russian Cheburek around the circuit. I was given a chase with RWB Regal going around. The circuit actually has quite nice level of elevation, unlike its other French counterpart. Just thinking, why are we not racing F1 cars around here? Would be much better fun if the circuit actually existed. Let's look at RWB because trying to set the lap time, currently P5 with no lap set yet. But the Irishman will be looking to show the British who is the superior driver. See Real just over 4 seconds behind this closest, or behind the fastest driver, and out of the final corner. Come on, Real, you know you want to get closer, you can get closer, and he does. But it's still 2.6 seconds ahead of Attila Diner, who is on a mad rush, trying to be faster, and you can see Sector 1 going faster. Previous best through the wannabe Monaco tunnel. That's what I'm gonna call it for now. Enough into the end of second sector. And it looks to be faster. I hope it is. Meanwhile, RWB managed to set the lap time whopping 5.569 slower than Attila Diner. Going to the pits, yeah, that will require maybe a few loads to be taken out of the car to actually be faster. Let's see, Attila is going to go faster. like it's still on 125, 088. Jumping all over the curves of first corners. Meanwhile, Charger feeling good in the pit lane and not seeming to be bothered about qualifying. Probably looking at the start from the back, trying to get through the grid. FX decided to go out and try to gain a position in qualifying. Meanwhile, Mad Owl is exploring the French territories around, trying to claim maybe some territory back. Oh, as you see, Mr. Judd joining the Thursday night fun. Meanwhile, Attila still hot lapping out on the track. Into final few corners. Lap time was invalidated and he's trying to go and get another one. But I think 1.1 seconds ahead. That's something Hamilton would be proud of over his competition. This final few seconds in this qualifying. Yeah. And we got the results. Only 7 drivers managed to set the lap time in what was a really close session. Attila Diner being 0.9 seconds of his closest competitor Martin Peterman with RWB costs just 5.5 seconds away from the leader. But let's see what they can do in the race that is coming up very shortly. Lining up onto the grid. Final few seconds before the start of this mini race, mini league. Everything is ready. Lights are on. And we are away for the RWB mini league race. Attila Diner managed to get a good launch on the P1, keeping everyone closely behind him, but we can see everyone at the back, close to each other. Into third place. Meanwhile, Isa with Regal fighting for P4, jumping all the curves. At FX UK, have Adal going a little bit wide. And Isa just behind the Regal, slightly on the curve in the slipstream. As you already see some steward decisions. Yeah, slow down. Penalties being issued for leaving the track. Now, that's a bit wide from Rigel and give opportunity to Isa going to the right hand side of his opponent. He has the inside line for next corner, but I'm not close enough. Sneak on him. Oh, yes! Charger! That's some sprint car stuff right there, mate. It's not gonna help you around the corners. The boosting position to RWB cost. But boy, oh boy, it's cool enough. Some stand racing over the curves. Not even defending from, was not even defending from Charger. The first chicane. Charger managing to get that position back. Meanwhile, check out on Isa. Being closely behind the Miguel. After the first laps, time behind. Over the curves, it's very easy to now ride on this circuit. Front-wheel drive cars, they will just pull you over it from the apex, and when you just have so much asphalt to drive away, inviting you, come here, play with me. Someone who's not feeling like playing is Attila Diner, just flying off into the distance. Not interested in anyone's shenanigans. Claiming this race for himself. Cost and Charger. Fighting off for 6th place. Charger deciding to not try and do some flying lessons for him. Probably realized that 4 wheels on a track is much better than 2 in a 4-wheel car. Was in the slipstream. Not close enough for an attack. We might see a mistake from someone, as we saw some drivers flying over the curbs more in practice. It's 3L just behind RWB Marco. The RWB boy is kinda losing the German pack of Diner and Peterman. 3L is closer to Marco currently, but still a bit too far to attack and regain any positions. Through the chicane at the middle of the circuit. Meanwhile, there is a fight between Charger and Cost. Cost managing to get by Charger yet again. But now, not getting by Charger. Excuse me, that's under pressure from Isa. So Isa finding a little bit of space, closing these two back again. And sniffing an opportunity. Little bit of wobbly from Kos over the second apex. But it's not enough to give an opportunity to Isa yet. You can see him really close and just drifting a little bit wide onto the curve, pushing just a bit too much. And loses him important tenths of a second. We're just so close to the wall there, trying to make the shortest line possible through the wannabe Monaco tunnel. Look at the line, so much time gained because Isa will need to move. No, not close enough, but Kos running wide yet again. But Isa has not managed to find the gap somewhere. Just look at him from line to line, and it just allows Charger to pull away from Kos. And leaving him stranded with no slipstream, no help from the car in front. Into the first chicanes. Isa just observing as we see him so much faster through that part. And Kos, he'll be clinging on to his dear life, trying not to fall behind. Isa. And it's not an opportunity yet. Just different lines from both of the drivers. Isa has seemed to gain on the exit back to the tunnel. Because has managed to pull a little bit as you know goes really wide. Almost went to Spain and back there. But Isa does not have no move on course. You can see him just planted onto the ladder of the Irishman. Oh, as we see another one. This time from Isa. Stadium super tracking it around the corner. Let's check out what is happening at the front. It's real. Fighting with Marco for the final podium position. This is what will be the last lap. It will be a really good upgrade from Rigel getting into the podium positions. It's just a little bit of slide from Marco, but still enough to not give anything away. You know, this fight still continues. Because running wide yet again, but just manages to get enough of a drive from the corner to defend from Isa. Obviously also Mad Al at the back of the pack, getting past Mr. Judd for 6th position. As you look at our winner for the first race, Attila Diner takes the W with Martin Peterman behind him and RWB Marco managing to hold on for P3 with RWB Rigel behind him and Charger in P5 and Goss managing to hold on the charging Isa behind him in P8. Look at Mad Al a little bit behind, getting the 8th position with Mr. Judd following behind, and FX UK finally getting over the line, giving us everyone finishing with the final results. Yes, Rigel. What sorcery is this? Obviously having technological upper hand over everyone. The Russian space program working really nice, but probably going in the wrong way. Space is up there. The Rigel is being consumed by the void, by the darkness, enveloped by all of his fears and dreams, spinning away to be never seen again. Seems like the void has claimed a bit more than just one driver. So here are the final results. As we saw, Attila Diner, Martin Peterman and Marco. First three with Attila taking the fastest lap, 125.228. Just being in a league on his own in this competition for the first race of today. We are all loaded up for the second race of today. Still, with the Rosneft ladders, but this time in Sepang. We finally ascended to a real circuit, and it has to be one of my favorites for sure, and a really favorite circuit for many people around the world. One of what is considered to be probably the best circuit Herman Tilke has ever designed, and it has to be a really good one. Nice flowing corners, challenging corners, and also somehow and overtaking opportunities. 3C Charger in what is to be the final corner for this event. They are ignoring all of the first sector and half of the second sector, taking the southern circuit, but still it is enough of corners to keep drivers entertained. So you see him in the first hairpin, which so just a message to the comms has been said the drivers are being kicked from the session at the end of the race, which causes the all-consuming void to take over. Well, at least we now know the origins of that. Meanwhile, Attila Dinner, proper sectors, yet again, does not seem to slow down any bit, although the change of the circuit doesn't phase him at all. Look at the first lap time in what is just a short qualifying session. Meanwhile, Martin Peterman, 107, and Attila Dinner just as much as easy as you like, 1.7 seconds ahead of his competition. But Isa decided that he wants to be fast as well, splits the German duo, and so does Mad Owl. Looks like Martin Peterman did not manage to get the best lap out of him, but it's still 4 minutes to go in the qualifying session. Some people deciding to just chill in the background in the pit lane, looking at what is happening on a circuit. You're watching on FX UK out of a tough corner, normally what is the turn 10 hard accelerating zone where you're just going uphill, turning and trying not to spin at the same time. Not an easy feat. But with these cars you're more worried about understeering away into the distance, with Wall just accepting as part of it soon. Meanwhile, RWB managing to get closer to Attila Dinner, half a second away from him. RWB Marco deciding to go for the opposite direction of being as far from the leader as humanly possible. 2.1 seconds behind. Let's see what does Kos have for us in store. Not much, just an invalidated lap time. Charger jumping up into P7. Meanwhile, happy with his lap, he decided to explore the gravel lands of Bang. And Regal improving. Now getting also closer to Attila Dinner, mounting a challenge to the German. Isa currently in P3, 0.8 seconds away from the pole position. But Attila Dineri just seems to be too fast today for the drivers to catch him up. Ghost and Mr. Jordan just happily sitting in the pit lane. I can just look on their fellow drivers, trying their best to get high to the grid. Meanwhile, these two just being close and close to them. And Martin Petterman jumping up into the second place. Ooh, but not for long, as RWB just casually into P1 by 0.8 of a second over Attila Dinner and Isa just 0.1. So you can see the top 4 in these 2 tenths. Really close qualifying between these drivers. Meanwhile, RW Marco 1.6 seconds behind. In P5, you can see the drop between drivers. And Regal trying to improve on his lap time through this fast S section and now tricky final corner, trying to brake and steer at the same time. A lovely section of the corners that this tests your position. And Martin Petterman jumping up into first place with Attila seconding him on the German front row yet again. And what will be the final attempt at claiming the pole position will not happen, as we got the results of the qualifying. So with the switch on the front row with Petterman now leading Attila Dinner and RWB Rigel closely behind them, with Mad Al jumping up into P5. Drivers now just jumping onto the grid. And the race has started unexpectedly. As we see fight for the lead between Petterman and in the first corner, Petterman having the inside line, being side by side, so close between them, Dinner braking a bit later, not able to hang on around the outside. So allows Petterman to keep the first position, but the Rigel is closely behind, watching these two. So he had attempt of overtake on Mad Al with Attila Marco going down the inside, but Al managing to keep the position. While Charger just looking on for an opportunity. Marco trying to scare Al a little bit, but no avail. Meanwhile, Martin Petterman with Attila Dinner really close behind on his ass. We see Petterman taking the really tight line into the final corner. This allows Dinner to get a better run, but Petterman just closing the door. Someone is going to the pit lane, but being onto the inside line, not giving Dinner anything to work with. Dinner goes late on the brakes, trying to go around the outside, but he's around this corner. This invites the girl for an opportunity to get by into second place. See them right now, but Dinner has the inside line. This has been really hard to get around the car here as well. This does not give you really good ways to go around the outside. Managed to get really close on the brakes. Might be able to pull it off. We see the repeat of the first lap. This time Peterman is not defending so heavily into the final corner. Gives him a little bit of breathing room to not have to hardly defend as that is. Isa going a little bit quiet, cutting some grass. After the final corner, defending yet again. This time Dina does not seem to be trying so heavily to get around the outside, maybe pitch back. Sometimes take it another corner, but no way of Peterman defending well for his position. Cutting the inside line yet again. The Ringer is so close. Dina is trying to find the other line. Here's Peterman around the corner. Not managed to get by yet. Let's see them really close by to each other into the final corners. We saw a tiny look from Dina, but he's going for a wide entry. But oh, that was really close. Dina had to slam on the brakes because Peterman was just parking the entire train on the final corner. This allows Riegel to go side by side, heading side, but then the braking did not allow him to finalize the move. Peterman managed to find under pressure at this line over the curve, trying to just sneak down the inside of Attila. They are calming down for a few seconds. Of breathing opportunity. And Peterman not the speed over the race. Has the track position over Attila Dina. I guess we will have to see an overtake. Attila having the outside line is pulled a little bit slightly from Peterman. Attila Dina managing to get the switch back. Gets down the inside of Peterman, wheeling out the legs on the straight. Keeps side by side. It looks like there is a tiny bit of overlap between. He's on the outside line this time, and it looks to be not good for him, but he manages to somehow Dina late from the line. And now Riegel is getting into the second place. At the outside of Attila Dina. Shows him no. Says no thank you. Continues the power stage of Peterman. He almost had to move down there, but on the braking Peterman was just able to sneak up. Just build a wall behind him. You know, see in there. A little bit tighter line into the corner. And then you're just looking on. You already almost had him opportunity for you. He can getting closer and closer to him, but Peterman just all he has to do is move to the inside line, not give anything away. What he is doing for Zero Force Racing. Holding on for dear life. Close into what is turn 2 for us on this configuration. And we can see him trying different line. Oh, a little bit of contact between the drivers. This makes Attila Dina slide a little bit through the fast corners. The opportunity to Riegel, who has managed to get a better run out of the final corner. We can see Riegel pulling to the right hand side. This gives him the inside line for the king and the champion. I do a free ride now. We can do a free ride through here. You can see breaking between them. The Eagle is in second place, but now Attila Dinner has the inside line for the next corner. And we are back as we started yet again. I just can't get by each other for long enough to keep the position as it's Federman just holding everyone up. It just does not give you the space you need. Again, mounting the curve, trying as hard as he can, maybe going around the outside of the final corner. That would be an audacious move. You can see Federman chasing him down to the pit wall, just saying hard no. We are back to it again, in around the outside. Rigel looking on, peeking down the inside, but just no space there, not enough traction and grip to finalize the move. Dinner maybe thinking about the dive, but it looks like that one has got that. You're not right. You're going free wide for this section, guys. It's not going to work very well, but better one. Close in two positions in one corner, nudging Rigel a little bit around. And that was a big mistake from him. They got the side by side for the fast sections. Vetterman deciding to just explore the track limits a little bit to gain positions, and the Rigel trying wide, Vetterman gets further wide and keeps the second position. And it's 2 from 2 for Attila Diner. And it will be the P2 for Matti Vetterman. Won't be happy. Not important, not good mistake for him. And gifting the win to Attila Diner yet again, with the Real taking home the third place in the end. Meanwhile, there have been other people racing on. We have Charlie in P5, Marco P6, E-Sign 7th, and Kos FX and Mr. Judd, who have been in the race. But the top 3 was enough. Keep entertainment going on for the entire race. You can see them just wide on the pull down lap. No. We say goodbye to Sepang and wait. Where we go next? It's a random tracks for all the drivers, so nobody knows where we are going to end up again. We see final results. Fastest lap being taken this time by Miguel with 105.2, just 8 thousandths faster than the eventual race winner, Attila Diner. And we are back. Another circuit, another race. Re-qualifying 140 mile. The better of the two Portuguese circuits. Circuit with really high elevation changes, fast corners, hard braking zones, and corners that require your precision to place the car correctly. So you are using the correct layout of the first few corners. Taking the shortened circuit for these cars. Currently looking Martin Peterman. Let's see if he can compose himself just shortly after that race. And he showed us he can get the first position in qualifying. Well, let's see if he can do it again. We are going from a circuit that was really short in lap time to a circuit that is going to be probably one of the longer lap times. See around the final corners. And Peterman is about to start his qualifying lap. Charger currently in the back of the cars might be beneficial. Slipstream on the start finish straight from the car in front, but going side by side with the car in front into the final corner is not going to be beneficial. But until you get ahead of your rival, he can't get better lap time. Attila Dina 2 from 2. Race win will do for him. Let's go around the final corners. See what benchmark does Attila Dina set for everyone to chase. As you can see, it's just 4.5 minutes remaining in the qualifying, so it's really quick death for the drivers. You either get the lap time or you don't. See. We go over the line and we get no lap time for Attila Dina. Managing to have an invalid lap on this last attempt. And it's easy to just put the wheel off on the white lines and you do not get that many second chances. And we get a lap time from Martin Peterman, 1:46.9, so you can see it's a very long lap. If you manage to invalidate your lap, you basically rip yourself off a big chunk of the qualifying session. Mad Al to the start to straight. See what he can show us for himself. And it's a 47.7. I mean, our Charger somehow pulling that lap away, 46.2, and deciding that that's enough for him. He's in P1. He's got the pole position. Does not go faster. 6:10.7. That's the way from Martin Peterman. The 04 racing driver and beats the British Charger, who is just chilling on the outside of the first corner. Check out Attila there. Going over the line. 2 purple sectors for him. And it's 3 purple sectors for him. It looks like yet again an invalid lap time for Attila Dina. And he has just 2 minutes to set the lap time. He is going to be pushing still and maybe get another off track to put him into bad position, into bad position. Good serve for him as a comeback drive in a race. We see everyone this time taking part in the qualifying. Mr. Jal didn't much from him today. Mostly chilling with the boys at the back. And we have Itzan jumping into P1 with Marco and Regal seconding him for RWB. Slowly starting to speed up in today's races. Maybe it took just 2 races to find the foot with the car. Now it's just a British takeover in the live timing. Final laps being finished. Let's see, Attila Dina, can he set the lap time in the final hurdles of the qualifying? Just 30 seconds left, so he better make this count and better make it really fast. As we see Martin Peterman jumping up into first place, claiming another German pole position in today's mini racing championship. As we see Attila Dina not setting a lap time. I think he might be better than a really good opportunity to take the victory today, or today, this time around in Portimao. Well, let's see. We saw Rigel giving good chase in previous race, so maybe it won't be just roses laid onto the red carpet for Petra. But the red lights are flashing, they are on. And the cars are moving, we are racing for Portimao. You can see drivers spreading out, but it's Martin Peterman into P1 with Rigel closely behind him and FXCK trying to go around the outside of Rigel into the hairpin. Lots of fighting behind the 3 wide moment with Attila Dina already trying to get up to P4. Let's have the speeds you out way into the off-track sections to the hairpin, but tiny speed charger. Now, P6 currently ahead of Isa, who was starting in second place, but fell down quite rapidly. Already in P3 after the start. By effects. Meanwhile, we have Marco it before, but overtaking opportunity in those corners there. He stayed the long section. Uphill that aids, not aids, it helps. Your slipstream, you see at the back, Mr. Judd and Mad Al, side by side into the first corner. Mr. Al behind course. See Isa go down by quite a lot. After the first. Looking effectively behind Markov managing to get up to fourth place. Easily close to Markov. He tried to go down the inside. Familiarise, but being close enough to just sit. You know, that's what Al is trying to do, set it on the outside, of course. But that would be a really hard task for him. Rigel behind Martin Benjamin. We just see the status quo for previous race. The change that it's Rigel chasing Benjamin this time. We on to start finish straight. Closely behind the German in the Russian car. Benjamin defending for the first corner, Rigel wiggling on the brakes, trying to go around the outside. Room being given by Petman, but now it's just dinner showing up. Hello lads, I'll have a little bit of overtaking as well. Tries to go around the outside of turn 4. A bit of connectivity in there we go, but still dinner is on the outside, and we can see also Charger fighting off for what is P5. And Rigel keeping the second place around the inside of the turn 5. But now Dina has the inside for the next couple of corners. We can see just sitting one down inside of the happy path. The move is not complete. Rigel still has the inside for the next double right and the tough braking zone. And he gets to heel in the end, as Dina has more flowing line around the outside. And Betterman will be looking behind him, thinking, how did Dina get here yet again? You'd say that if someone started in P9, you would not be having troubles with seeing him so fast. But here we are. In the final corners, Betterman managed to defend well in previous race. He will have to show us a little bit of the defending again. But it's more like Dina being closer to Rigel, as Rigel shows his nose down the inside, but no opportunity for him to get by there. Maybe an opportunistic dive into turn 4, but does not seem like he wants to go for it. Pushing Dina a little bit. Let's see how the next few corners go. Moving to the inside line. Not being close enough to finalize the move on Rigel or Dina. Meanwhile, at the back, see Marco fighting off FX UK. He's on the inside for the hairpin, and well held by Marco. Taking a quick charger, and Mad Al But meanwhile, in the lead, still trying to get the position back from Aviolina. Not many overtaking opportunities in the final stages of the circuit. We go for the final lap. The main straight. Riegel is not close enough to stage an attack on Dina. Same looks to be for the couple behind and another behind them. Close, but no cigar. The drivers, but meanwhile Riegel. Riegel wants to light up a cigar on the next beer. Oh, fuck, Dina. Not close enough to harass him into the next couple of corners. Maybe an opportunistic dive into one of the following ones. That would be a big commitment and would require lots of cooperation. As we can see, there is the move. Looks like Argentina saw people coming and just left a little bit more room there in the hairpin. And he got claims the second position back. Meanwhile, FX still closely behind Marco, trying to go around the outside, maybe get a better run out of the corner, but he missed the apex by what is more than a Lada fish. Final, just two corners for Martin Betterman. What did not happen in the previous race happens now. Martin Betterman wins the race around Portimao with RWB Riegel closely behind him and Attila Dina in P3. Marco holding on for P4 ahead of FX UK, Mad Al and Charger with Mr. Judd in P8 because final finisher of this race in P9. Just a small 15-second gap as he spears the car into the wall. Celebrate his result. With final results confirming Martin Betterman beating the race, with Riga finishing in P2 and Attila Dina in P3 with the fastest lap of 1:43.4. Quite faster than the chasing pack was behind him. And qualifying time yet again. Same tiny circuit of sandboard. Small, flowing, not many overtaking opportunities. But one of the better small European circuits. Currently overlooking Martin Petterman. You see him in the final corners. Just about to start his outlap attempt. As you can see, we are using the short layout of what is already short circuit board, which should give us really small lap time and high speeds, high average speeds over the lap. Not enough of entertainment. With everyone being so close on the base. Martin Petterman already starting with the fast sector 1. Jumping a little bit over the curves. A little bit wide. Not so much, just tiny bit wide. Exploring the asphalt of local areas. We're probably wanting to avoid doing that more over the course of the lap. As you can see, we're using the older layout. No banked corners for us this time around. And Martin managing to do 1:17.9. Will be the response from Attila Dillon. It is 1:17.1. Just blitzing the lap time of Martin Petterman. RWB challenger. 1.1 seconds behind the leader and costs just a small amount of 2.9 seconds behind. Who is the reasonable position now? It's RWB Rigel. In P1, by not even a second, 0.23 from Attila Dina. And Marco putting his foot onto the gas and in between the drivers into third place. Take a look, Martin Petterman having purple sector 1. See what this lap time will end up, and it throws him into first place by almost a tenth. Over we go. And Attila Dina just 5 tenths ahead of Martin Petterman, a commanding lap time for him. Mr. Judd going with the classic I don't need to qualify, I am fast in a race tactic. You are Mad Al. Managing to jump up into P8 ahead of Isa. Zoring Rigel had enough of that lap time, decides to park the car for now into the pit lane. Attila Dina using all of the track limits. He managed to go even faster in the first sector. but lost the time in the second sector and as well in the third one. There's still enough time to go around and do another lap. Peterman meanwhile bettering Attila's first sector. On the tiny hairpin. Let's see the magic, and it is slower by 2/10 in the second sector. And going almost into the gravel in the small chicane hairpin section. Out of the final corner, if he managed to keep the third sector composed, and a little bit of wall riding from Peterman, and he's going into the pit lane. That lap was not going to end up well for him. Meanwhile, Dinner fastest in the first, fastest in the second, and does not have to be fastest in the third. Still manages to keep his P1. No, Marco 1 second behind Dinner. This qualifying does not seem like he has that little bit of oomph in a car to challenge the top 3. Well, he proved me wrong, managing to dislodge Martin Peterman. Now into 4th place, splitting the Germans with having nice RWB sandwich at the front. Again, drivers jumping onto the grid. And the lights are on, and you know what that means. The cars are moving and we are racing it again. This time, Attila Dinner from the right hand side, keeping first position ahead of Regal. Tries to go around the outside. Not just observing from his 3rd place. Meanwhile, Marco lost his 4th place to FX UK. Dinner leading in the first few corners. Regal ending Martin Peterman. FX UK close behind them in 4th place. Charger in the back, between P8. Go around few cars as we see Mr. Judd side by side with Isa, who went a bit wide in the hairpin. Mad Al in P7 chasing Kos. Unlock them. Picking up where he left off before the previous race at the top of the pack, with Rigel trying to put stop to the German winning spree that is going on today. And Mark behind Martin Peterman, but he is also FX UK for the company behind him, and to be looking forward to feedback. So now out, moving to the right while fighting because trying to get past the Irishman. Each other looming behind, really close on the braking, pushing across a little bit, a little bit around the hairpin. Meanwhile, Real just staying close to dinner. Zandvoort is not known for overtakes. So you need to push your opponent into the mistake to get it from them. But if you can get the run into the corner, there is not many things stopping you apart from the car in front of you. The Regal might be looking for a dive into turn 1. Just catch in a big in the lead. We did not have to see much defensive drive from dinner yet, since we mostly attacked him in the previous races and himself in the first race. But we've seen lots of defending from Martin Petman, and looks like he will have to just find another page in his book of defending, as we saw after dinner. I mean, I didn't have with so many drivers do that, but this is a mistake from him. Giving the inside line to Rigel into the chicane, but then managing to sweep around the outside and continuing with the doubles. Marco just chasing behind Martin Bettman. So Charger hustling down the track. So we go to the start straight again. Not being close enough to dive around. Labina. So it was not mad out. There was a mistake from Cross giving mad out the inside line first corner. Because you have to try to sweep around in the next section, but not too far. Although he shows his nose to Mad Al, but Al managing to stay in front, keep this position. We see yet again Rigel trying to force Atiladina into any kind of mistake. But the German holding on, not giving you anything to work with. And we have a little bit of fighting at the back. Isa and Mr. Jan. We do not have to see lots of them as the leaders well entertaining. But it's nice to see also the drivers at the back having fights of their own. We go again through the first corners. These for Atiladina and RWB Rigel. And find the kink in her armor. The ladder driver in front of it. The ladder driver behind. Just pushing the mistake. Rigel has been strong into this hairpin. Over the last field, and we see Rigel just going to be fighting again. And gives him a good line for the short straight that is coming after. It just negates any opportunity that appears from the WB line. Mad out, like he's not pulling away from course after getting by him. We've seen this one. daytime. Regal just driving behind dinner with how the corners work around this track. You don't have any space to do something creative because if you try, you just compromise for the next set of corners. Regal close, but no cigar for him. But mistake from all the drivers. Contact from Regal, bumper of Marina. And this was the mistake he was waiting for. The mistake he really needed. Now we see Charger fighting off with RWB costs. And out letting because the now Charger has the inside line for the chicane. Side by side through it. But of course keep Charger behind due to the inside line for the hairpin section of those two corners. Start the final lap. Dinner, and Regal. For the race. That was the opportunity for Regal. In the place, or didn't put himself in a place where he could take advantage from what was happening on the track. Into the hairpin yet again. The final proper opportunity for Regal to do something about this race. You can still see the wider line from Ondina. But the dark of the corner just keeps him ahead of the Britishman. Charge. Looking at the back of the coast. Closing up to mount any kind of attack. And it's the third win of the day for Attila Dina with RWB Regal climbing yet another podium. Martin Peterman finishing behind them with Marco and FX closely behind. Mad Al, RWB Cos, Charger, Isa and Mr. Judd closing out the grid and the finishers for this race. And here come the final results confirming Attila Dina winning the race with Regal in second place behind Martin Peterman in third with Attila Dina claiming it another fastest lap of 1:16.156 this time around. On downward, we wait for another race of the evening. final qualifying session of this evening. The final race meeting brings us to the Hockenheim ring. A circuit that was known in the past for long straights, which were just divided by a few chicanes, currently being in its smaller iteration. We are removing the scary hairpin at the back of the circuit, using the shortened parabolic version of the corner. Attila Lina managed to already win 3 races. Let's see if he can finish and win the final race of the evening. But it all starts here in the final qualifying session. Driving around the final few corners around the ice skating rink. Started his first lap of final qualifying session. This RWB regular just going out of the pit lane. Can he be a different winner? Today we saw only German winners the past 4 races. Maybe Regal will rise up the winner list of this evening. Or will it be Martin Petermann keeping the German theme of this evening? Plus dinner already with the purple sector 1. Flying again the second sector into the stadium section. Part of the old circuit, which is tight and twisty. From the final column, let's see what Attila has in store for us this time around. And it's not the lap time yet again. Meanwhile, Madal currently in P1, but quickly replaced by Issa, who has been even faster in his replacement. Martin Petermann jumping up. He was placed by not even 2/10 of a second. Let's look on the review on his past lap. Setting. First sector being really close to Martin Petermann. He has the pace. But does he have consistency? Can take the P1 in qualifying, but can he hang on to it in the race? That will be the question. But second sector for Regal. There's still one car in front of him, that's Attila Dina. Who else is? Look at that. Purple first sector, purple second sector. Final few corners. See by how much can he take the original pole position. Goes around. It's 1.2 seconds. Statement from Attila Dina. Seconding is RWB Regal, but still 0.8 of a second. It's a huge gap from Dina. But But here comes Isa. Out of nowhere, jumping up into the second place. Then we continue the RWB theme charger, dislodging Martin Peterman down into 5th place. That was a strong lap from Attila Dina. That's not a strong corner. Flooring the gravel pit and dust balls off. Now is currently in second place, having the fastest first sector. To the proper color, every driver loves to see purple. Look, Martin Peterman with the purple in the first sector there as well. Pushing to the limit of the cars. See Rigel running on the final few corners. We can see green from him in 2 sectors. Personal best. How close can he get to Attila Dina on this lap time? And it's 0.3 of a second behind. Lap time from Rigel. We see Mad Al jumping into 4th place. Ima Isa. Close, but it's not a big improvement. We see Martin Peterman. Restoring the balance of the qualifying session. Jumping into 2nd place by 2.5 tenths. You can see him pushing on this lap. It's so close in the first sector, just 2 thousandths of a second faster than Attila Dina. Well, everyone jumping to the pit lane, happy or not with their lap times. There's not much they can do with it at this point. Here we see the results. So this is again German front row lockout for Attila Dina and Martin Peterman, with Rigel and Isa closely behind in 3rd and 4th. Cars jumping on back to the grid slots. The lights are on, you know what that means. And as the car starts moving, we are racing yet again. Behind him with Rigel following suit. Cars follow down into the 2nd corner. Tim Peterman trying to sneak down the inside of Attila Dina. There you go. Following behind. Meanwhile, fighting going on between Isa and Bex. I'm going the stream of competition. Also fighting in charge, pushing Marco around the corner. Meanwhile, Rigel back into the chase, back into what we saw many times today. trying to get closer. As we saw a few cars running by, we decided was going beyond the track limits, going in the bar. Secondary arenas release the drag strip or ice skating rink, depends on who you ask. Mario, he must know the back end of the ladder in front of him very well. He's been watching on either dinner or better one in past few races many times. But like on the Kyle just exploring a little bit beyond the track limits of the corner until again starting out a little bit of a gap. 1 second ahead of Martin Peterson, who will slowly be looking more his mirrors in front of him because Regal is the distance over the time. So again, it depends from Martin Peterman today. And I think he still has enough of him in there. Keep the position, but Regal, oh, he is looking speedy, he is looking crazy. I think going back to the stadium section. Many more taking opportunities, it's more of a twisty parts where we want to keep close to the car in front. So beautiful lockups from the cars into the bank corners. Oh, Regal closing really a lot in the corner. Martin Peterman doesn't know where he can get the run to side by side into the first corner, showing a little bit of the nose to the braking zone, but you're not going to dive down inside of someone into the corner like the one here at Hockenheim, unless you're in an open lobby, at which point don't do it as well. It's not a good idea. See, just slowly building up 1.5 seconds ahead of these two. You can see Peterman choosing the more tight line through the hairpin, but on the other side Regal choosing the bit more open and flowing line of the corner, trying to catch Peterman off guard, trying to find the little bit of space he can use. So we see Peterman going wide, going onto the gravel that allows Regal just to get by. Now Regal, can he close down the leader? It will take quite a lot of him, he doesn't take that much time to close down the leader. As we see FX fighting with Isa, going wide as well on the exit of the stadium section. Giving the Isa, that also be close. But FX wanted to fight back for the position, but there was no opportunity there looming for him. That puts Isa ahead. But not to the Charger. With my observing, Charger getting ahead of X time around. But it's Isa who is looking to fight for that position closely behind RWB Marco. Into the hairpin. Mount any kind of an attack as we have a car going wide. Look to be with this Charger. Yeah, this Charger exploring the limits of the track, and Charger managed to find the wall. Managed to find himself in a direction that is facing correctly. With a bit of exploration, he is back on the track, doing his best to give right an impression. Well, let's look at what we have here. Betterman will not be happy with the mistake he did. It doesn't look like he can get any closer. Yeah, in front of him. First corner, and Real is just about fast enough. Keep ahead of Betterman. But he too will have to watch out for any mistakes. Betterman is still close enough to capitalize on any that happen from Real. Back through the app, you can see the different driving styles, the different racing lines the drivers take. Betterman, tight line through the corner. Real just using all of the circuit that is allowed. And onto the final lap we go, final chance to do something with your position. Be it good or bad, there is a chance for you to do something. See some respectable gap of 1 second to RWB Marco there. Ooh, we see Marco mounting the curb. We did not see anyone going on two wheels after the first race. Does not seem like it hampered Marco's speed that much, although it allowed Issa to close him down. It did not give Issa enough of an opportunity to make a move into the next corners. Looks like Marco will be able to keep his position for the time being. See him over the curb again. Taking a little bit more than the car can handle. Not see someone flip from the curbs, but he surely did some extreme action from the cars. As we look onto Attila Dinner, final few corners, finishing nearly perfect evening of racing, taking his 4th victory of the evening, missing out on just one, but finishing the German dominance of today's evening. The Germans of Attila Dinner and Matti Pettermann did not give any of the drivers an opportunity to all of the victories to themselves. Look on Marco, managing to keep Issa behind to finish in P5. As our podium consists yet again of Attila Dinner, RWB Rigel and Matti Pettermann. What was exciting racing of today here on RWB. I'd like to thank you for being here with me. I will see you for another events on RWB International. Cut it out.